Israel, Israel. Who am I?
An Israelite.
Who am I?
An Israelite.
The book of First Thessalonians, chapter 4, verse 14. For if we believe that Yahweh died and rose again, even so them also which slept in Yahweh will God bring with him. For this we will say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the thump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, Israel. All praises to the Most High Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai. And bless one another Sabbath to edify and feed y'all once again, man. All praises to the Most High. So today's class is called From Slave Ships to Chariots, Meet Thee in the Air. So going into the conditions of us being in captivity, coming into the Americas, Southern Kingdom, and also oppressed was the Northern Kingdom. So coming in on them slave ships and just receiving that salvation, going from destruction to salvation. So damnation to salvation. We're just going to tap into that today, going into, once again, this Egypt, being in slavery and bondage, how we arrive here due to our disobedience and how we're going to get delivered to our obedience and our faith. So we're just going to give some edification today. All praise to the Most High. Once again, I'm Brother Darwin. This is my co-teacher, Brother Yosef.
Shalom.
So let's get into it, man. Give me that Exodus chapter 4, verse 22. Israel is the chosen of the Most High God.
The book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn.
So Israel is the son of the Most High, his firstborn. Now we know he has a begotten son, which is Yahushua, the first of all creations. And once again, we are the nation, the chosen, the first he hath made, the firstborn. So getting into that, we the chosen of the Most High God. So that's something to be proud of and to declare amongst the nation. So this is why we got to wake up the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because he called us to be that chosen people. And he declared it right here in Exodus. So it's urgent that we take heed to this word and acknowledge that we are the children of the Most High God. Now give me Leviticus chapter 26, verse 42.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 42. Then will I remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham will I remember, and I will remember the land.
So the Most High God is saying right here, hey, he will remember his covenant with his chosen, his lineage. So he already let you know, we just declared through the scriptures, his firstborn. And then it had to be reiterated as far as that covenant, that agreement that he had established with the promised seed. So it went from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob. So it ain't changed. So we're here to declare. That's why we woke up right now, because we have that covenant. And the Most High is showing that mercy unto his people, at least the elect. So right now we declaring this once again. The covenant is with his elect, the seed of Jacob. All praises. Brew, you got something?
Con. Give me that Isaiah chapter 44, verse 1 through 3.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 44, and verse 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jerusalem, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water unto him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring.
See, they're just going in how the Israelites are God's chosen people and how He gonna bless them. Give me Isaiah 41 and 8 through 11.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 8. But thou, O Israel, but thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, who I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou, whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief man thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and I cast thee away. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Behold, all they that were in sin against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish.
See, they work against God's people. Hey, they gonna get messed up. He said, "The nation that bless thee, they shall be blessed, and the nation that curse thee, they shall be cursed." But all the nations chose to curse God's people. So that's why all these great judgments is falling upon the nation, not only in America but all over the world. Uh, hey, they messed up, man. And that's all I got on it.
Count on that, bro. And we see the curse. The curse is in reverse now, man. These heathens are becoming more vile. They becoming homeless. They becoming strung out. Now they started to ask the Israelites for favors or money and all that. We seeing this on the streets, and it's not just Esau, man. It's Ishmael, it's Elam, all them coming up with their kids, trying to sell what they got or ask for things. And man, no, we don't let them curses hit you like it hit us. You got to. It's time for y'all to get dealt with by the Most High God. So
Uh,
give me Psalms 147 and 19. Now we get into it. Most High already declared his firstborn. He declared the covenant. Now we get into who he showed his word to. Because it's all the same. Bring it out, bro.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He shewed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Verse 20.
Oh, verse 20, still like it on that, my bad, bro.
No,
Verse
that's my
20. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
So the Most High God is letting you know right here. He already established covenant. He told you his firstborn, and now he's telling you who he show his word, who he give that education to know through the Holy Spirit how to move and navigate. And that's the nation of Israel. And he said, nobody else. He ain't dealt with another nation. So how all these other nations try to graft in with the ideology of this false Gentile mindset, well, that's not true because the Gentiles who it was referring to was the Israelites that was going to come back in this thing. So this is what it's about at the end of the day for us waking up, coming out of the customs of the Gentiles, because we was those Israelites that came into the ways of the heathens in that Hellenistic mindset. So moving on, give me Joel chapter 2 verse 27. Because precept on precept, the Most High God is telling you who He's dealing with, who He's in the midst of, who He established His covenant with, who is His firstborn, who He show His word to. He give you precept on precept how the Most High God deal with His people. So bring it out whenever you get there, bro.
The book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed.
So this is how we know, because from the curses to the blessings, to this awakening, to going through this destruction, through prophecies. The Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. These things that's in this Bible is written, hey, it pertains to us. We can bear witness with it. So this is why we declare that the Most High is in the midst of His people. That's why we being wakened right now through the Holy Spirit, the Comforter, which Yahweh Shah sent, through His death, His sacrifice. for us to awaken, return back, do what the Most High God say, and keep the faith first, and then endure until the end, so we can get delivered from the hands of our enemies. That's what it's about right now, man. And all praises, we knocking at the door for the 144. So we so close to that time, man, and World War III being right here at the door. So now give me Deuteronomy 7:6, because this was what we was designed to be. Deuteronomy 7:6, above all people. But we fell short trying to follow the customs and the ways and patterns of the heathen. And now we at the bottom because the idolatry and want to be like other nations. Bring it out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So not only we were supposed to be separate, holy means set apart, consecrated, away from every other thing, man. Set apart, severed from society and all the ways of all these other nations. This is 18 nations. So we, the Israelites, we are above all nations. And on top of that, we meant to be above all nations and separate. So we can't be following in the ways of the patterns of these heathen, because guess what? They don't praise and worship the Most High God. They don't have the covenant. They're not the firstborn of the Most High God. He ain't showed his word to them. So he deals with his nation. And this is why we're going through all this destruction, all this chastisement, all this punishment, being at the bottom, because we didn't want to be at the top. We didn't want to be separate, so we want to be like everybody else. So he let them rule over us, and this is what we're going through right now. So let's get to it. Give me Matthew 5:13. This is the chosen, choose not the Most High. So he set us up to be at the highest, be above all nations, but we choose not to do so. So this is what Yahushua said. Bring it out, bro.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13. But ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost his flavor, his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of man.
And this is what we're going through. Because we know if you just got plain, food with no flavor, no seasoning, it ain't the same. That's us upon the earth. You think about the sports. Just imagine, just saying as far as worldly sports, a bunch of Jerry West, all these other regular players without Jake, without us, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Without us, man, it wouldn't be the same. It just even from everything, how we carry ourselves, what we design. We didn't design everything in the earth. We created from our style, the way we carry ourselves, to the way we dress, to how we operate, man. The world is molded around us as far as how we do things. So we bring that salt. But if we're not carrying in the ways and traditions of the Most High God, which is the holy ways to follow and show the earth that wisdom, well, what good is we? That's why we trotting down right now. That's what Yahushua saying right here. So if we're not following the ways of the Most High, that salt that we really need to show, which is that wisdom, well, we know good what to be at the bottom. Continue on, bro. Verse 14.
Verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do man light a candle and put it on their bosom, but on a candlestick, and is given light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before man that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
So this is what we must do amongst our people and ultimately amongst the earth, so they see how we walk in this wisdom. But they not gonna get it until the kingdom. They have to go in captivity. But they gonna see this wisdom upon us. But ultimately, our people still operating in the Gentile mindset. So when we walking in the spirit, and our people see that, that might sway them to turn to the gospel. If they seeing how we walking by faith in this truth, and we being circumspect, then they know the Most High God is real by how we walk accordingly to the scriptures with no guile. And this is what we must do. It's a constant fight, but we got to walk with the salt. Well, what they say, that rappers say, that group, it was like walking like I talk it. You know,
Mhm.
that's what we got to do. We got to walk it like we talking. Walk with the salt, man. On us. So, moving on. Give me Isaiah 59, verse 2. Isaiah 59, verse 2.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 2. But your iniquities have separated between you and your God, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear.
So this is what we're going through right now. Ultimately, we've been going through. So all the wickedness that we built up, all the idolatry, and even to this point, us waking up, you still got most of our nation still sleep and still believe in saying they believe on God and praying and this and that, crying out when they're in times of turmoil, but he not hearing them because your iniquities separate you from the Most High God. What the scripture say, he hear not sinners. So if you operating in a sinful mindset and a worldly mindset, well, the Most High not dealing with you because once again, what it say, he's holy, set apart. So you should be seeking the Most High God. That's who he's dealing with. But if you just a worldly Negro and negrette, guess what? He's not dealing with that because you're disobedient. You're not even trying. You're not putting in effort. You're not seeking the Most High God 10 times even more. At this time, being in the fourth quarter, you know, we at the end and you still just la 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 and rah 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 and party and all in mirth. You got all that mirth wrapped in dirt and mirth. You know, so we gotta acknowledge the Most High God and seek His ways because we want to do what we want to do, and that's been nothing but destruction, nothing but a bunch of what baby mamas, baby daddies, a bunch of heartbreaks and just defiled minds and just caught up in madness, in jail, incarcerated, your people killed, just getting caught up in folly, man, in ways of the world. So it's time to turn back. So now give me Micah chapter 3. We're gonna read 1 to 7. Micah chapter 3, verse 1 to 7.
The book of Micah, chapter 3, and verse 1. And I said, Hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye prince of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment, who
Is
hate
it
the
not?
good?
Is it not? That's what the scripture is saying. Is it not for us to know judgment, how the Most High wants us to conduct and how He judges? Continue on.
Who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off them, and their flesh from off their bones.
So operating in this wickedness, and guess what? Continue to die, continue to drown, continue to be in sorrow, and get judged by the Most High God. This is what we're doing. We hate the good and love the evil. You can clearly see that, and our people don't want that correction. Anytime you tell them, guess what? They scorn at it. They look down on it. They despise it. They go against anything we say that's righteous. Continue on.
Who also eat the flesh off my people, and flay their skin from off them, and they break their bones and chop them in pieces, as for the pot, and as flesh within the cauldron. Then shall they cry unto the Lord, but he will not hear them. He will even hide his face from them at that time, as they have behaved themselves ill in their doings.
And that's what we're doing. Start with our men. Start with our leaders, ones who's supposed to lead our nation. Even until now, got a lot that's caught up in leading our people down to destruction, worshiping all these other gods, and coming under some other, idolatry or theology. If it ain't under the Most High God, and if you're not doing this, through Christ and in sincerity, guess what? It's gonna fall. It's nothing but destruction. But it say if the head is sick, then the whole body. So you got to watch how you operate and how you lead and what spirit you gather underneath. So continue on.
Thus saith the Lord concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry, Peace, and he that putteth not into their mouth, they even prepare war against him. Therefore night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that ye shall not divine. And the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them.
So you won't have that divine connection with the Most High. You won't have the Spirit, the Comforter. You'll be misled in darkness. And that's what it say. The scriptures say the blind lead the blind. If the blind lead the blind, then they shall go into a ditch. Well, that's what it is. You gathered under some other spirit. You're not operating according to the Most High God. You're not analyzing the scriptures. You're not applying and trying, but rather leading in darkness and dying. So continue on, bro.
Then shall the seers be ashamed and the diviners confounded. Yea, they shall all cover their lips, for there is no answer of God.
Yeah, so all that they gather under and try to operate and do other things, guess what? They divineness, they connection, guess what? It's going to lead them to destruction. Trying to gather under Kemet or Islam or any other religions, Egyptology, all that other stuff is going to go, man. It's going to fall. So you have to turn back to the Most High God because that is no truth or no light but these scriptures, no other way. So, yo, you got something? Go ahead, bring it out, bro.
Uh, we in the chose.
Come on.
He chose us.
Come on.
All
Come on.
right. Give me Isaiah 48:9-12. Yeah, they're just going into how he chose us. We didn't choose him. You know, through the popular belief, they think we can choose God, but you you can't choose him.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 48, verse 9. For my name's sake will I defer my anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off. Behold, I have restrained thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. For my own sake, even for my own sake, will I do it. For how should my name be polluted, and I will not give my glory unto another? Hearken unto me, O Jacob and Israel, my call. I am he, I am the first, I also am the last.
Yeah, see, hey, Most High, he choose us. Even in ministry, he called you to preach. He choose you. He choose that prophet. Like Scripture said, he knew you before the womb. When you was in the womb, he knew you, and you chosen to wake up. Cause you know, two thirds he not gonna wake up. So it's a remnant of his people. He gonna wake up. So give me John 15, chapter 15, verse 15-17.
The book of St. John, chapter 15, verse 15. Henceforth I will call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I heard of my Father I have made known unto you. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and
See,
ordained you.
hold up. See, he said you ain't chose him. He chose you. He and ordained you. So you can't choose the Most High. He got to choose you. Read on.
That you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. These things I command you, that ye love one another.
And that's the one of the commandments. Love your brother. I think one of them said, "No greater love than a friend to lay his life down for his brother." Something to that effect. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I got on it.
Like, big con on that, bro. Big con. Give me Proverbs chapter 1. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 1 to 2.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 1. Hear ye children the instructions of a father, and attend to no understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law.
So this is what the Most High gave us. Doctrine. Good understanding. That's what he told us. This is what we're supposed to do. Acknowledge the doctrine and implement it and put it into use, not forsake it. This is what he's telling you right now, because this was going to be beneficial amongst the nation. Following the Most High God, we was going to receive favor and be organized, and guess what? Be a strong, mighty nation. But we neglected that, so guess what? We got dealt with. So give me Sirach chapter 21, verse 19. We didn't want to hear doctrine. So not to have good doctrine makes you foolish. So this is what we chose. We didn't want to follow the Most High God.
The Apocrypha, the book Sirach, chapter 21, verse 19. Doctrine unto fools is as fetters on the feet, and like manacles on the right hand.
So just like chains on us, this is how it was. It was heavy. It was gruesome. We felt imprisoned. We didn't want to follow good doctrine. It was too much for us. So guess what? We got dealt with, and we literally got chains put on us. So the manacles and all that, it's talking from a spiritual aspect. Hey, that's how it was for us, following the Most High God. It was too grievous for us. So it just weighed us down. It felt like, we was in captivity. That's how we felt, so we wanted to do what we wanted to do. And that led to physical captivity, chains on us. So give me Salaki on that. Israel. Give me Jeremiah 2 and 14. Jeremiah 2 and 14. Because over and over, Israel, we went through captivity after captivity for disobedience. So what Denzel say in Training Day when he came to Snoop Dogg in the back and he jacked him up in that wheelchair? He said, "Man, you love this." I know what saying. He said, "You love this, man." Moses saying the same thing for Israel. Bring it out.
Yes, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?
So this is what we asking right now. Why is Israel Israel is a servant, man? Is we meant for this captivity? Is this what we love to do? Just be slaves, operate as Negroes, Negettes, African Americans, Afro Americans. All these different terms, or Mexican, or well, what they say, beaners, and all these derogative names that they put upon us. Just being what they deem as minorities, slaves, captives, because of disobedience. We don't want to follow the Most High instructions. He said, "Forsake ye not my law." And what we do, we forsake the law. And what it say in Sirach 21 and 19? Saying, doctrine of fools is like manacles, like chains on us. So guess what? That literally played out. So this is what we telling our people. Turn back to the Most High God and let's not be fools or foolish. So now let's get into Israel shall go into captivity and some of them curses that came upon us. So we're going to go to the classic Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Bring it out whenever you get there, bro.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So
And
when it's
there
talking about that, when it's talking about and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, Egypt represent bondage. That's what it means, bondage, slavery, captivity, again with ships. And this happened when we came to the Americas. The Southern Kingdom came to the Americas. This how the Most High God sent it, and we was not going to see our homeland. Continue on.
thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies
Now we know who he sold to, the Edomites on this side. The Edomites, we went into captivity on this side. Continue on.
for bondman and bondwoman,
For
and no
slave
man
man and slave woman. Continue on.
and no man shall buy you.
So we didn't get out these conditions. We won't be in captivity until all was going to be fulfilled, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So prophecy had to come forth, and we so close to being redeemed by our Savior Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So that's going to be the time we get redeemed to get out this. But it had to play out for a dispensation of time. So now we're knocking at the door of the end. So, Brew, bring out that first video, then we're going to get into that second.
Give me 1 second, I got you.
All right, come. So, Israel, if you didn't believe this was real, you should know by now we went and the slave ships but we just getting into that history and showing that the Bible is a real book.
They invested in slavery. Freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before.
All right, count on that, bro. Is there any way you can enlarge that one, that video? If not, we're gonna run the next one.
You want to play it again? Play the first one again?
Yeah, if you can enlarge it so they could see
Okay.
what it was. Israel, this was how the slave ships were set up and how we stacked. So I want y'all to see exactly how, have a strong idea or imagination or sense of how it was. Being on them slave ships, our ancestors stacked up, as my cap say, like sardines packed on.
Give it 1 second. I got
This was terrible.
that better right there, bro?
They invested in slavery. Freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before.
So that's how we was on them slave ships coming over. Said we was gonna go into captivity again in Egypt, which represents America, Babylon. That's why Revelation talking about Sodom and Egypt coming back over here in this land, or coming over here in this land, just say. We was gonna go on slave ships. But that was an actual thing, prophecy, identifying who the real Israelites is, man. Who the real people of the Most High God chosen. So prophecy had to be fulfilled, and that came. Now you can run that next video, bro.
Come on.
Because it was nothing nice. As my cap say, it wasn't a love boat.
What was life really like on a transatlantic slave ship? From the 16th to 19th centuries, countless men, women, and children were bought or captured. They were forced onto overcrowded slave ships for the perilous journey across the Atlantic, a voyage known as the Middle Passage. The journey was 8,000 kilometers and could last for several months. The slaves were crammed into tight, unsanitary spaces below deck. There was little room to move and poor ventilation. They were chained together, and the low ceilings did not permit them to sit upright. The heat was intolerable, and their oxygen levels became so low that candles would not burn. Because crews feared insurrection, the slaves were allowed to go outside on the upper decks for only a few hours each day. Disease ran rampant, and they suffered from illnesses like dysentery, scurvy, and smallpox. The lack of proper food and clean water only worsened their plight. Like and follow for more Air African stories.
So this is what we was going through, our ancestors. Very little oxygen, scurvy, all types of diseases, smallpox, all this from them heathens. Like I said, being pushed and compact in them conditions and packed up, like my cap say, sardines. And that was not the love boat, but rather the hate boat, man. And one of the ships was called Jesus. So, these are the things that they did to us as far as our ancestors. And still to this day, they treat us as such, as slaves, as servants, which we are. We still in the land of our captivity, even unto this day. So now let's get into some of the curses, bro. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. We're going to read 15 to 16.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
So this happened to us. This definitely happened once again. We was in the sugarcane field, the rice field, the tobacco field, the cotton field, producing all these things for this. And this is how America became a great nation, a so-called great nation. Off the backs of our ancestors and everything that we built, all that we produced on this land, all the inventions that they patternized, they patent and took from us. We didn't get credit. So these are the things, and physically building this thing, and all the inventions once again that we built. So they took everything, man. And this is what we're going through right now. So we cursed in the city right now, at the bottom of society, in the ghettos, Section 8, welfare, all these Medicaids have to catch the train or the bus, low wages, payday loans in our area, all around the murder, the drug dealers, killers, the pimps, prostitutes, all around there. It's nothing but treachery around us. Treacherous ways, atrocities, and then dealing with, brutality from the police. So this all what we go through within our community. So give me Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith, restore.
So none is saying restore. We are robbed and spoiled. All our goods is taken. We are destroyed in the mind, robbed from knowledge, robbed from our history, robbed from wealth, robbed from spirituality. All that, everything was taken from us, our heritage, along with our inventions, everything we established here. Think about the Black Wall Street. It was more than just Black Wall Street in Oklahoma and all around. It was all parts all around the country. And they took and they found ways to plot on us and take it down. So this is what we're dealing with. Robbed and spoiled. Nobody came to save us. Nobody came to help us, just like we read in Deuteronomy 28 and 68. None looked to help. So we in the prisons and projects. Prisons and projects at the bottom, dealing with this in our society. So these scripts is real. What we say, all script, no lip, we living out this. We live in these curses. So give me Deuteronomy 28 and 16. Deuteronomy 28 and 16.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall
Or
thou
I mean,
be.
Salaki, 17, verse 17.
17. Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
So even our foods is tampered. We don't have the whole foods in our area. We have the foul foods. We at the bottom. We get the fast food, everything around us, along with everybody else. But I'm saying this is what they promote to us. This is what they put in our areas, communities, and all this GMO being in Babylon. So the lowest of the lowest, knowing we in the ghettos, we barely getting by, minimum wage, Section 8. So all this, guess what, is promoted in our areas. We don't have these whole foods in our areas. So this is what we got to deal with. Give me Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13, because the Most High God said this was going to happen to us. This was part of the deal for disobedience. This was one of the curses.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, verse 13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will draw them.
So that's happening. Eating that defiled bread, our foods that's tampered with, our foods that have all these additives, along with our people eating these abominations and then putting pork up in the beef, wrapped around a pork casing, and it's supposed to be a beef hot dog. What kind of stuff is that? You get a pack of hot dogs that got pork, beef, and chicken, all of it. I'm like, what is this? That's defiled. That's awful, man. So this is what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. We got to watch our foods and look at the package and make sure they ain't sneak nothing. And even at that, it might not be listed and they got it up in there. So this is what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. All this processed food, unhealthy food, eating Takis and McDonald's nuggets and all this they promote to our kids to eat. They got a new Wendy's sandwich and what is it? A Takis chicken sandwich. You know, with the Takis chips and all. What kind of garbage is that y'all promoting, man? So it's like this type of stuff you promoting, and then the young, take heed to it and want to try and eat this stuff, man. But it's actually destroying us. So it's not healthy. It's not a healthy environment for our people.
Mm.
Along with our day to day trying to struggle, or you working, and the mama might be separate from the daddy, and so she just get the kids McDonald's or Taco Bell. I dealt with it. My mom's a cook at times, do what she can, but times she just be buying all this fast food. So, this is just what it was. Just trying to get by because of them curses. Being the mother separate from the father and so forth. But moving on, man. You got something, bring it out.
Gun, give me that Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 59 through 63. And this also going in the curses. It's kind of like in Proverbs 1 and 26. Most High said he gonna laugh at you when your calamity come. Cause y'all laughing at his word and thinking it's a joke, so he gonna laugh at you.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 59. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuation, and sore sickness, and of long continuation.
Oh, right there. He said he will make thy plagues wonderful. Hey, read on.
Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. And ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord thy God. And it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoice over you to do good, rejoice over you to do you good, and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you, and to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it.
Yeah, man. See, I've seen it personally at camp and on video. Hey, man, you got 5 minutes for the Lord? No, I ain't got time. Okay, all right. He heard you. One thing about the Lord, he hears you. He don't have no hearing problem, and that's all I got on it.
Hey, count on that. They don't understand. Hey, it's the time to repent right now. Get right with the Most High. We as chosen people, and we continue to be disobedient. So these curses is sticking on us, man, hard. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 43. We're going to read 43 to 44.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Then I read earlier Deuteronomy 7 and 6. We supposed to be above all people, but now they the head and we the tail. So they at the top, we at the bottom. But we was meant to be at the top. But we forsake the Most High law, his ways. So this is that punishment, being at the bottom and your enemy, your oppressors ruling over you. So it said they'll lend to us. So this is what we're dealing with. So now give me a Haggai chapter 1, verse 6 to 7. So everything that we try to establish now, we got to go to them and get. We got to go to them, man, our enemies.
The book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it in a bag with holes.
So this is what we're dealing with as far as our finances. So we earn money, we get a check, and it's gone like that. It go out to the bills. It got to go out for food. You got to go out for your kids. It got to go out for everything. It's like as soon as you get it, I don't care what you got a business, man. You got two jobs, you got a side hustle. And it's crazy you got to have that due to the fact of the economy right now. And just period, being an Israelite in this captivity. But definitely right now, you got to have 2, 3, 4, 5 hustles and you want to start a business. Guess what? It takes so much out of you, drain you because of the cost of living and how things going. So you trying to provide for your family, guess what? As soon as you get that check, it's gone. You wait all week, 1 week, or get paid 2 weeks, the money gone like that because you got responsibilities and you can't save or really invest like that. You really got to sit down, strategize every little penny. And like I say, this is not living. This is not the condition, but this is a curse amongst us due to the fact, guess what? We choose not the Most High, and they the head, we the tail. So they tax us and take all our riches, everything that we produce. How the scripture saying we produce all this, and guess what? You're not really benefiting from it. You getting the crumbs. And even when Jake sell out, he getting the crumbs of what our oppressor getting because the scriptures say they the head. So when they getting the billies or the trillies, and you getting the little millies, so it's just like it's not the same. It's not the same playing field. And you got to sell out and do some immoral stuff to even be a part of that. You
Yeah.
know,
And a lot of times your money, you calculate your bill, your check gone before you even get
yeah. It make you mad, want to cry, like, hey man, forget it. But give
Still con on
me
that.
Bruce said he felt that one. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 49. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49 to 50.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young.
Oh, this is what happened as far as these heathens. Us being on the West Coast shores, them being in Europe, them coming down, taking us, and them even oppressing the Northern Kingdom that was in the Americas. So they came from afar and snatching us up. And guess what? It showed no regards to the old or the young. So they got us in a destroyed state. So, Brew, bring out that next video.
I got you, bro. Give me 1 second. I got you.
Come. So they show no regard to the old or the young. And this is how you know who they is. Being the devil, the wicked.
Is this one right?
No, with that young brother. The young brother
Okay, give
in the
me
video
one.
with the dreads.
Let me see something.
So this is what we deal with Israel. People that don't regard the old or the young, even from the time of chattel slavery to even to now, showing no love, no mercy, no compassion. And we still dealing with this, and we at the end. We at the end of this, and we still going through it.
Can you do you got the link still? Because I didn't get that one in my email. That's the one I didn't get.
Okay, Khan, Salaki on that, Israel. Khan. Brew, you had something to bring out, yo?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, Khan. Let me see. Let me send it over to you now. Sending
Uh,
it right now, bro. Salaki Israel. Hold on 1 minute. I'll send it to the email right now. Here you go. I'm just doing this for edification's sake, Israel, because this is what we go through as a whole and our nation. Yeah, Salaki, it just got sent to you.
okay, come.
So going through these curses, Israel, this is what we're dealing with. These people that reign over us, they try to have their way with us. They abuse us. You get pulled over, you nervous. You don't know what to expect. You don't know if you're gonna make it home or not. You might be sweating a little. Grab your towel. And thinking you grabbing your gun, you don't know what's gonna happen. And constantly we deal with this on a day-to-day oppression, man. Here we go, Israel. Bring it out.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all, and then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor? Huh? Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir?
Step out.
What is your reason?
Step out now.
All right.
Get on the ground.
No, don't.
Get on the ground.
Stop fighting.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
What's wrong with you?
I was putting my hands behind my back. I was doing wrong.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
Fucking shit, bro. I was fooling, bro. What's going on, man?
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No, bro.
Yes, bro.
You
Yes.
have a lawful reason, bro.
Big knife center in here too.
You gonna throw me going like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off of you, bro. Yeah.
And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
That's not how it works.
Too late. It ain't no too late.
When they asked you to step out of the vehicle, you should have done that shit.
Sir, your partner didn't even ask.
Marijuana in his right pocket.
Yes, it is.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, bro. I didn't do nothing.
It's called resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong, sir. Can you back me up to the car so I can clean up?
Shut up.
You been bugging my shit, bro.
So this is what's going on. This is something that's lately been happening. It's been a hot topic as far as the so-called justice system doing that brother like that, assaulting that brother, police brutality, assaulting him, snatching him out of his car, punching him, breaking his window, punching him in his face, then snatching him out the car, then punching him again, then beating him down, throwing him to the ground. And cuff. So this is what we're going through. You could probably got
No, it's unmuted.
Okay. No, I'm saying
Oh,
because it's echoing now. But this is what we're going through, Israel, as a whole. So abusing that brother, man, having a way, and the brother was, he was dealing with him. He was listening. He was obedient. He was cooperative. Is the word I want to say. He was cooperative, and still, all he did was ask questions. He asked him to get his superior, and then they didn't want to deal with that. So guess what? They just enforced themselves upon him and had their way with him. So this is what we got to deal with. We identify with the scriptures how these things happen, who our enemy is, where we at. So this is what's going on right now, man. So moving on to the next one, man. Seeing that, just like I said, you see that happen to your people. You know, we know judgment got to come from the Most High God, but you still get, ticked off seeing your brothers treated wrong, inappropriately, with a system that did it from the foundation, from chattel slavery even to now. We still see that, and our people getting riled up and tired of it. Give me a Psalm 68 and 17. We're gonna go to the days of old, the chariots of Israel.
The book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 17. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place.
So the chariots of God are 20,000. So these chariots we're getting into is what the world called so-called UFOs. That's been a thing, another thing, topic that everybody discussing, trying to figure out what it is. But we've been revealing that, and now we're bringing it to you once again. The chariots of the Most High God, them so-called UFOs, the chariots of Israel, the angels, how they move around and navigate through the earth. So it's just said, like, as in the time of Sinai, Mount Sinai, guess what? We're going to get into that. So give me Exodus 19 and 1. So the angels is still showing themselves to this day, as in the time of Mount Sinai.
The book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 1. In the third month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai.
So Sinai. Now jump to verse 8. We're going to read 8 to 11.
Verse 8. And all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord hath spoken will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord. And the Lord said unto Moses, lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto the Lord.
So when it refers to these thick clouds, it's talking about the chariots moving. So the Most High ride, the angels, they ride through their chariots in the clouds. So when it refers to the clouds, it's talking about the chariots of the Most High God. And once again, we agreed with the Most High that we was going to serve him and he was going to show favor. It was agreement, a covenant established. Continue on. Verse 10.
Verse 10. And the Lord said unto Moses, go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and be ready against the third day. For the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai.
So now the chariots is about to come down. The angel, which we know is Yahushua, but come down to Mount Sinai. He was going to come person, visit. So now jump to verse 16.
Verse 16. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightning, and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled.
So they was in fear when they seen these chariots, man. Because the power of the Most High God, them chariots could be terrible seen. And even today, when people see them, they freak out. They say, oh, it's an alien, UFO, oh my God. And they get the curse or, using foul language and just bamboozle. They get the trembling. So now jump to verse 18.
Verse 18. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly.
So the chariots were shaking the mountains and burning from the fire within. There's just a fire at the bottom, but we're going to get into that. So this cloud, referring to the chariot, came down, and the people was trembling from that. So now let's get into it. A more descriptive description of it. Ezekiel chapter 1. Ezekiel chapter 1, we're going to read 4 to 7.
The book of Ezekiel.
Yo, you got to mute the mic.
Oh, okay. I got one when you finish that.
Okay, come, go ahead, bring it up. Do you got it?
Okay, give me Numbers chapter 12, verse 2 through 15. And this is going into the account where the Most High dropped down in the chariot after Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses. And like I said earlier, the Lord he can hear you, what you say. People don't got jacked up because they spoke against the men of the Lord.
Hey, Con. Echo again.
The book of Numbers, chapter 12, verse 2. And they said, have the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Have he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it. Now the man, Moses, was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and said unto Aaron and unto Mary, come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Mary, and they both came forth.
Yeah, hold right there. See, he came down in the pillar of the cloud because the chariots cloaked themselves in the cloud. Read on.
And he said, Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Mary became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Mary, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, Hear her now, O God, I beseech thee. And the Lord said unto Moses, If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received in again. And Mary was shut out from the camp 7 days, and the people journeyed not till Mary was brought in again.
That was till her melanin came back. He took away her melanin, and we know who the people that don't have melanin. But that's all I got on that.
Hey, Con on that, bro. Con, we know that curse seed, man. Now let's get into it, bro. Slocky on that one. That Ezekiel chapter 1. We're gonna start with 4. We're gonna read 4 to 7.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 1, verse 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire.
So now it's talking about that chariot. It's getting into a very descriptive description of it, talking about that cloud, a fire enfolding, which it was a fire underneath the chariots, a brightness about it because the lights around the chariot. So it's giving a description for you, describing the color, the amber color. So, a fire within. So this is how they move. And when you look at the so-called UFOs, this is how they look. This is a description of it. So now continue on, bro. Verse 5.
Verse 5. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
Burnished brass. So the angels being black, so-called black. This is what we dealing with, man. Melanated angels, melanated servants.
But really black.
Hey, con on that, bro. So you got the celestial being so-called black or melanated, and you got the terrestrial so-called black and melanated. So the Most High God goes to show you He deals with color. Everything is flavorful with them. And if you know anything about melon, then you know how precious and expensive it is. Melon pigmentation, because they buy that. They use that nowadays. So now jump to verse 13 to 17.
Verse 13. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning, and the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning.
So they had like aura. The angels had an aura, and the chariots followed them. Like the chariots move when they move. So they was as one connected with the chariots, these so-called UFOs. And they had an aura like people know in, cartoons or animation. You have this mystique aura. Like if people know about this Dragon Ball Z when they, do their little moves, they power up. That's how they had this glow, just say. Continue on.
Now, as I behold the living creatures, behold one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures, with his four faces. The appearance of the wheel and their work was like unto the color of a brill, and they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
So it gave a description of the color, it gave a description of the vehicle, the so-called UFO. A wheel within a wheel would be what they call the chariots, what the world called ignorantly a UFO. And nowadays they call it the UAPs. So they keep coming up with different names for it. So this is what it is. So we just bringing it to y'all because the Most High dealt with this in ancient times all the way to now. So when we seeing accounts of these things happening, just know it's the angels, and it's getting closer and closer to that time of salvation and the return of the so-called Black Messiah, who the world calls Jesus Christ. So we looking forward to Yahushua return. And he's coming, like he said, in those clouds that Ezekiel talked about, how my brother brought out in Numbers and how I brought out in Exodus. It's the same thing. The angels always been with us. So now give me Matthew chapter 2. We're going to read 1 to 12. This is going to account with Yahushua, talking about that star that was moving. This was him. This how the wise man knew. Bring it out, bro.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 2, verse 1. Now, when Yahushua was born in Bethany of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him.
Because
And
he
when
knew a king was going to rise up to save his people. This is what it's about. The Edomite had fear then. And they got fear now because we praising and glorifying the name. And they seeing the chariots, that same star that he talking about. These stars are showing up. Continue on.
And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it was written by the prophet, and thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the prince of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people, Israel. Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child. And when ye have found him, bring me word again that I may come and worship him also.
That's how you know that's Esau. Dealing deceitfully. Treachery. Always trying to make trees and lie and deal with deceit. That's the devil for you. Continue on.
When they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them till it came and stood over where the young child was.
So the star moving, this was a chariot. Because when you see the chariot, it looked like a star or and it carried itself as such. Continue on.
When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary, his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Hebron, they departed into their own country another way.
So this star gave the wise men direction on how to follow and stood over Yahusha child, and they followed and they worshiped, they gave their gifts, you know. So this is just another name for it and how they navigate giving direction, man. Just how I gave direction to us in Egypt and guided us out the chariot, you know. It was referred to as say the clouds, how my brother said, it cloak in the clouds. This is what it does. So it's several names. Oh, you had something, bro?
No, I was just saying, like when he brought us out of Egypt, he said it was a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. That was the chariot.
Right, big con, big con. Now we're getting into return unto the Most High God. Give me Acts chapter 3, verse 19. Acts 3 and 19.
The book of Acts, chapter 3, verse 19. Repent ye therefore and be converted, that your sins may be blotted out, when the times of refreshing shall come from the presence of the Lord.
So this is what we're doing right now. Repenting unto the Most High. Asking for forgiveness. Praying and fasting. Fasting. These are things that we must do or look to do. And then implementing those things. Not only is you repenting, but what is you repent to and being converted by? Well, it got to be by the Most High God, His truth, His words, this understanding, the doctrine of Yahushua. So now give me 2 John chapter 1, we're going to read 7 and 9. 2 John chapter 1, verse 7 and 9.
The book of St. John, the book of 2 John, chapter 1, verse 7. For many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not that Yahushua is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an antichrist. Look to yourselves that we lose not those things which we have wrought, but that we received a full reward.
So let's continue in the faith and don't believe those and listen to those who oppose Christ, Yahushua. We must continue in the works that we do and continue to keep the faith, number one, because faith without works is dead, and receive the full reward, which is the kingdom, salvation, rulership, dominion, everlasting life. Continue on.
Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Christ have not God. He that abideth in the doctrine of Christ, he hath both the Father and the Son.
So this is what it's about at the end of the day. Believing on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. This is what we're teaching our people. That he redeemed us through his blood. This is what it's all about at the end of the day. So this is what we preaching. Turn back to the Most High God. Believe on the doctrine of Yahushua. Doctrine of Christ. So give me a revelation. Brew, did you have something? Go ahead. This return to the Most High God.
Come on, give me Hosea 5, chapter 5, verse 13 through 15. And then after you finish that, give me Hosea 6 and 1.
The book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 13. When Ephraim,
you have to unmute it.
When Ephraim saw his sickness and Judah saw his wound, then went Ephraim to the Assyrian and sent to King Jareb. Yet could he not heal you, nor cure you of your wound. For I will be unto Ephraim as a lion, and as a young lion to the house of Judah. I, even I, will tear and go away. I will take away, and none shall rescue him. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early. The book of
He said he gonna return and go to his place till they acknowledge, they sinned against him. That was 6 and 1, right?
I'm reading 6 and 1 now.
Okay, yeah, read that.
The book of Hosea, chapter 6, verse 1.
Got to mute it.
Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn and he will heal us. He hath smitten and he will bind us up.
That's 6 and 1, Hosea?
Come on.
Oh, well, I just wanted that he gonna return to his place. That's all I got on it.
Okay, Sean. All right, give me oh, you got to mute it. Give me Revelation chapter 12. We're going to read 7 to 11. Revelation chapter 12, verse 7 to 11. And this is how we're going to overcome through all this hell that's coming forth. Bring it out.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not.
Continue on.
Neither was their place found any more in heaven.
So going into this, because our people teach from a Christianity point. This is talking about the men of the Most High God being led by Michael the Archangel, the warriors of the Most High God. This is what it's about, Yahushua and them angels. And us, the 144,000, that's going to fight the dragon, which is Esau, the Edomite Empire, and clash. In the end, war in heaven. It's talking about when he arrived in these chariots that we're talking about, fighting their army, they spacecraft, they airplanes, they jets, all that. They military, they tanks, everything that they got. This is what happened. It's going to be above ground. It's going to be in the air. What they call it, they got the ground, the groundwork.
They call it.
What they call it, yo? As far as
As far as
up in the air.
up in the air. Talking
Just as
about
far as, military.
military. They got their
ground
ground
crew.
yeah, the ground force, and then they got the
I just say
the
space.
space the new space branch.
Okay.
God. Yeah.
So this is what it's getting into right now. This is what they all about. They fighting, they doing things in the air. Now more so on the ground, but in the air. They planes. That's how they did in World War I, II. They planes, they coming with it. So they're gonna be prepared to fight Christ. And this is how it's gonna go down. Fighting against this Edomite Empire, this dragon. Continue on.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
So all the people that follow his military, his politicians, all that's going to be put down. But going into military, those who believe in his system, that's what those is angels, his messengers, his servants. That's what it's going into. So we servants of the Most High God, and these people are servants of the devil, following this system. Guess what? They part of his military. They part of his politics. They're gonna be brought down. But chiefly talking about those who fight in the service at that time. Guess what? All that's gonna be destroyed and cast down. It's gonna be no more. That government gonna be removed. Let me see. Is that it? Verse 10.
Verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night.
That's what
And
they do all the time. Falsely accuse us, unjustly, always putting things upon us that we didn't do. Just how that brother was operating in his car and trying to operate abiding, being compliant. Guess what? Accusing him of, not complying. Talking about he's fighting, he's coming with a force. All these bunch of deceptive lies, only so they could abuse a brother and imprison a brother. So this is what we deal with, the accusers of our brethren, him being Esau. So this is what we're dealing with. So this is how we're going to overcome. Read verse 11.
Verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death.
So this is how we overcome, by the blood of the Lamb, Yahushua, and the testimony of Yahushua, man. Of the new covenant, this is what we're telling you. So going into that, man, this is how we're going to overcome, by this gospel, this truth. Telling y'all people, man. So this is how we're going to get delivered, believing on him, the things that he did. So as it is written, this truth, this word. So now moving on, give me Jeremiah 30:7. Now we're going to get into Jacob's trouble. Beforehand, before that even happened, we're going to have to endure. We're going to have to go through all this hell. The worst time ever is coming before us, man. It's at hand. Bring it out whenever you get there.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
So it said it's at hand. And now we're seeing things being put into motion. We're seeing the concentration camps is stacked and ready. We're seeing these troops out on the street. We're seeing Trump snatching up and putting decrees and orders. And constantly on social media, you see, as far as information, that something is being done. And now they got a Project Esther that they just came with. Well, it was done last year, but they're really enforcing it right now. So that's snatching our people up. Anybody who talks what they call anti-Semitism or talking against the society, just say, guess what? That's why they've been taking the channels in. That's that famine of the word. So you got the famine of the word because they're taking down a lot of channels, a lot of videos, and starting to penalize those who teach it. So it's going into that famine for talking against the system and against the small hats. So now you're about to see that. You're about to see them come down hard. And that Project Esther, if y'all can, whenever you get time, check it out because they coming to snatch up and taking the concentration camps, along with trying to, I say, put something in you, get you to bow down as far as that chip, So that's part of their plan. Is that chip? That's in there, man. And I ain't talking the chocolate chip, you know. So now, give me Matthew 24:12. So these days gonna be like no other. And as society get worse and the reduction of resources, well, people gonna turn into straight savages because they already savages. They already immoral. They already got no values. That's what they gonna do. Whatever. They giving it to the society. They drunk off of that Babylon juice, and that's like 100 proof. That Babylon juice is 100 proof, man. You take a shot of that, you gone. What BB King say? The thrill is gone. Hey, you out of there.
God, that's snake bite juice.
Snake bite juice, bro. I got you. Bring it out, Giddy.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Read verse 13.
Verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
So we got to go through all this hell dealing with demons on demons, these people, and not gathering in the right spirit, dealing with the heathens and all the other nations, along with dealing with our own damn people and their ways, and them not trying to follow the Most High God, not even trying to, at all applying anything. So when this system shut down and these things start to go more left and left and left, which is building up, is heating up, that pot is getting hot. They say the block is hot, the pot getting hot, the melting pot, which is Babylon, is getting hot, man. That meal is about to be fully cooked and served. That stove was on 200, now it's about to go to 500. It'll get real hot. So that judgment is coming forth, and then these people are going to lose their mind even more. So this is what we're dealing with. Yo, you got something? Go ahead, bring it out. We had Jacob Trouble.
Con, give me Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 2, verse 1 through 3. I got 3 actually, but I'll make it fast. This is going into because we're coming into we basically in Jacob trouble, but this is basically letting his men or his people know what they have, what they're gonna have to do in order to embrace to be ready for it. Once you got to get this through your head. Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 2, and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
See? Hey man, you need to get that through your head, man. You gotta prepare yourself because we're gonna go through some things. You're gonna see some things, a whole lot of things. But give me Isaiah 41, verse 13 and 14.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 13. For I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, said the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
See, he gonna help. He gonna help us, his people. He gonna help us. So fear not. Keep the faith. Give me Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 9 through 10.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 9. But they shall serve the Lord their God and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, said the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid.
See, that's going into the kingdom. Once we endure, come out of this, cause he said he gonna save his people out of it, and we endure. We're gonna be in the kingdom. We ain't none gonna be able to make us afraid anymore. I'm not worried about no police pulling you over, gunning you down, and all that. That's all I got on it.
Hey, con on that, bro. Con. That's what we looking for. Faith in that time of trouble. Jacob's trouble, to be specific. Bro, give me second Ezra, chapter 16. We're gonna start with verse 17. We'll read 17 to 24. Again, into that. These is heavy times to get in the spirit and get close to the Most High before all hell break loose. It's like being on that edge of the cliff and you know you're so close to falling. You know, it's like what is that? Road runner. Who was it? Coyote run off the road and he just
God,
fall.
God.
That's how it is for Jake, the average Jake. We gonna try to be road runner, man. They gonna be coyote, ugly, man. So bring it out, bro.
The book of Second Ezra, chapter 16, verse
No,
17.
come, come.
Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days?
So Edris is saying right here, woe is me, meaning danger, destruction, trouble. Because Edris knew he understood reincarnation, regeneration, coming back. So he knew he'd be here in this time and it'd be judgment. It'd be troubled times. So he's saying, woe is me, as in trouble, destruction. I'm gonna be scarcely saved because he's the elect, but he was gonna be in these dire situations. Bring it out.
The
18.
beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
So all
Be-
this we dealing with right now, beginning of sorrows and great mournings, which people is catching from all this hell, inflation, and just Babylon is breaking down the system. They not having hope in it. They saying it's gone. The jobs is leaving. You know, when you start to see banks leaving and laying off from the IRS department, and just big companies, big truck companies leaving, which do the imports and been around for the longest, well, man, hey, a kingdom is ended. Continue on.
Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as groaners for amendment. But for all those, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always be mindful of the groaners.
So as we have this tension amongst countries, which get or give us a lot of our resources, such as China, man, guess what? It's nothing but problems. Meaning you're not going to be able to get those imports, those food or other resources that you look forward to, or dealing with Iran getting between as far as oil. So all those two big elements right there, two big components, guess what? Nothing but trouble. Then now you beefing, like I said, you got conflict with all these nations over there in the east, the BRICS. So now it's nothing but problem in war. And in war, guess what? The people gonna get taxed because they may profit from war because they're gonna cause inflation, but we gonna lose at the end of the day. So this place gonna be nothing but sorrow and mourning. Continue on.
Behold, virtuals, virtuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
So that's happening right now. Even when you catch them sales, you see something on sale. Oh, that steak is down $10 off that steak, or that Denny's meal, or that, whatever restaurant got a deal going. Like, oh, that's good. Well, it's a lot of hell and chaos still going. And there's still famine going. And this is all building up to that great destruction and that great day, Jacob's trouble, all the way to the return of the Messiah. Continue on.
For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down.
Meaning it's going to be terrorized. The scriptures already talk about Judah being a terror unto Egypt in Isaiah 19, and it talk about Egyptian against Egyptian. So that's just nothing but race wars, and it's just people just acting the fool. It said the neighbor shall wax cold because of the lack of bread. So guess what? It's nothing but utter destruction. Continue on.
There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it.
So nobody gonna be doing this agriculture work or farming. That's what you're seeing right now because they snatching the immigrants or the Northern Kingdom. They snatching them up, so no work to be done. So guess what? All that food is just sitting there. It's gonna rot. Nobody to get it, collect it. And then as well as the construction, homes, properties. Many properties is not getting built up because you took them workers from there. You send them over to their country, or you snatching them up with ICE and just putting them in these concentration camps. So a lot of this stuff ain't gonna get done. It's work, along with food just sitting, and it's gonna rot. And it said, people shall be cast out as dung. So they just gonna be laying dead bodies just laying, and nobody to comfort, nobody to give them a proper burial. So it's just gonna be a lot of death. Is what we about to experience. That's Jacob's trouble for you. So now moving on, give me give me Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Now we get into the chariots of salvation. After all this destruction, now we got to get back into the chariots of salvation. Because it told us how Yahushua is returning in the midst of all this. Bring it out.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen.
So he coming with clouds. We've been telling y'all how he cloak in the clouds, so it gives us a reference to these UFOs, chariots, or what they call UFOs, UAPs, all these named orbs. This is what it's getting into. So give me that next video. And it said those gonna wail, all kindreds of the earth, all kinds, all different nations, they're gonna wail, be in sorrow when he arrived, because he's casting judgment. It was no game to be played. And now they got to be dealt with for the treatment of the Israelites.
What you're seeing and what you're not seeing is what's really interesting in this footage. So first is just the iconic shape, and I have to say it, but it's like the movie Nope.
Jeremy Corbell is an investigative journalist with a particular interest in UFOs. He and his mentor, George Knapp, obtained and then released this footage of a circular anomaly on their podcast, Weaponized. Corbell says that he used AI to visually enhance the video for clarity.
We'll try to visually enhance the videos, because look, obviously there's some glare on the top. It must have been filmed on a screen with a light source around. I mean, this is not like the raw video. I want to be very clear. I am not saying this is a UFO. Your own government, since this was filmed on the 23rd of November, 2020, labeled it UAP Disc, navigating through clouds. It was a reconnaissance platform near the border of Afghanistan and Pakistan.
CNN cannot independently verify Corbell's claims, and the U.S. Department of Defense declined to answer CNN's questions about the validity of the footage. But Corbell's previous work has been entered into the congressional record during hearings on UAPs.
This is the quintessential disc that I have always kind of heard about when I've been studying and looking at and working within government to try to get more information out and transparency on UAP. The second thing, other than shape, that really caught my eye was the distinct movement. If you're watching the original source footage, you can see the object moves to left of screen by your eye as you're watching it, and makes an abrupt turn to the right. It was, and appears to be, under intelligent control. The third thing, and the most interesting to me, is that if this is a craft of unknown origin, it can obviously make maneuvers, but it also must be propelled in a way unlike anything we are aware of in the public sphere or can make that I know of. There is no thermal signature. Everything works with action-reaction. Push something out the back and you go forward. From rockets to roller skates, that's how it works. The lack of thermal signature is haunting.
So not even really being able to detect them, but how they cloak in the clouds and move around. So just like you referred to the movie Nope, where do you think they got it from? They plagiarized it. Jordan Peele got that. He had to get it from the Bible because you know what it is. So they tamper with it and, make it what they want to make it. But you know what it is. And what it was dealing with, brothers and sisters, Israelites. So, it's just funny how they plagiarize and put in the movies. But he referred to Nope. And yes, this is what they referring to, the chariots, how it cloaked. If y'all seen the movie Nope, how it just appeared and, hey, this is what we getting into. These are the chariots of Israel. This is how we getting up out of here. So now give me Isaiah 66. We're going to read 15 to 17. And what we're going to say is Esau and the other nations, nope, they not coming for y'all. But they coming for Israel. So yes. We ain't going to do the movie Nope. We're going to say yes. But bring it out whenever you get there, bro.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
So that sword is referring to is the chariot. That's his weaponry. And it shoots that fire, them lasers, just like the movie Independence Day. So all this they putting in the movies that if you notice, it seems like they making more UFO movies. And they talking about alien encounters and Esau go off and put a spin on it to kind of mix you up. But when you see this is real, they having more encounters that they can't hide. That's why they had it classified. Because they didn't want this information coming out. So, and as well as it jacking them up. So these chariots is no joke. They be doing stuff on this earth and jacking Esau up and the other nations. Continue on. Verse 17.
Verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh and the abomination, and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord.
So even they tell you a prophecy, an end time prophecy, you getting caught up in a place of worship, going to these restaurants or celebrate these pagan days, that's being behind these gardens, place of worship, hiding and carrying out these abominations. You're going to be destroyed. That's what it's referring to, these gardens. It says behind one tree, being with these other nations, following their ways. That's what you're going to be destroyed. Because we're not meant to carry out these things. You're not meant to be as these other nations. You're meant to be holy, not eating the mouse or the swine or anything outside of the Levitical law, our dietary law. So we have to stick to that. As the Most High said, you're going to be destroyed by these chariots. You're not going to receive that salvation. So now give me Zechariah. We're going to read chapter 5, 1 to 5.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 5, verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and looked, and behold, a flying roll.
So now these things as well is referred to as flying rolls. So you hear clouds, flying rolls, you hear stars. It's many names for it. Continue on, bro.
And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side accordingly to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it.
So all these people doing these abominations, pledging and doing this wickedness, they're gonna be cut off, destroyed, put to flight, put to rest, put to sleep from doing wickedness. And chiefly Esau. It's talking about that thief. When they enter into the house of the thief, it's talking about Esau, all that he stole. Everywhere he lives and dwell, guess what? These chariots gonna be to shut his empire down, his rulership. And as well as our people tied to it, as well as these other nations that do so as well. They're gonna be shut down. And that's what it's talking about, the curse. It's a divine affliction. That's what it's from the Most High God. That's that curse it's talking about. Continue on.
I will bring it forth, said the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief and into the house of him that swear falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and it shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Then the
That's
angel,
it on that. That's it on that, bro. That's all I want to just that verse. But that's what it's gonna do. It's gonna tear down Babylon and all chief places, but chiefly Babylon. It's gonna be cut down, and everywhere where the wicked dwell and folly is, it's gonna tear it down. And the nation of Israel, the 1/3, the elect, they're gonna receive that salvation. We say the elect, they're gonna receive the salvation from the four corners of the earth. They're gonna be delivered, and the rest of the people gonna be chopped down or either put in captivity. So that's it. This is what they come to do. So now, yo, you got something? Bring it out, bro. Matter of fact, I got a video, yo. I'm gonna play this video and then it's you.
Okay.
Y'all, they are back. The drones are back, y'all. That documentary, Watch the Waters, told us to watch the waters. And sure enough, y'all, we are seeing some crazy things pop out of the waters ever since last year. This couple was walking out and about to go to the store, and they look over the road in the waters, and they see these things popping out, these red orbs, y'all. Look at this over here.
Yo, there's all these red drones coming up out of the water and out of the sky right now. There's no fucking way this is real. And it's coming out of more than one way.
Out the water.
That's fucking crazy.
It's hovering over the water right there.
Yes, look.
One that's hovering over the water.
Look, one just went down. One just went down. Now there's one left. Look at that. Look at the orbs, y'all.
What are these?
Look at the formation that they're making. Look at the formation that they're making, y'all. Does that look like a smiley face? Look at that. It's like a evil smiley face. Look, y'all, what is going on?
Water. They literally coming out from water.
So the lady said at first there was one or two of them that popped out of the water, like they came out scouting, making sure everything was okay. And then all of a sudden, she just started seeing all these little red orbs popping out of the water, y'all. Like, what is going on here, y'all?
It started out like 2 or 3 of them, and now they come out like this as soon as I call the police.
They're literally coming out the water.
Look, there it goes, look.
They're coming out the water.
And you hear that, bro? They coming out the water. They freaking out and panicking because they don't know what it is. And that's why we bringing that enlightenment, because our people panic, but they don't know that the Most High God is dealing with us. That's how I say in Psalm 68 and 17, the chariots of the Most High God are 1,000 upon 1,000 of angels. We got to know this is our salvation. It's only coming to harm you if you're not with the Most High God and on the same page as the Most High God. There was one precept I want to say, Brew, that paired with that. Did you have that Psalms 104? If you got that, then I ain't bring it out. It's all you. Did you have Psalms 104?
No.
Okay, let me bring that out quick because that go with that. Give me Gideon, Psalms 104 and 3.
The book of Psalms, chapter 104 In verse 3, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind.
Give me verse 4 as well.
Verse 4, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire.
So these are what we're talking about. The beams of his chamber in the waters. It's these beams, these orbs, what they call it. The chariots. Then it tell you straight up who maketh the clouds his chariot. It's how you see him cloaked in the clouds, like my brother talking about. This is what it's getting into. So walking up on the wind, like they riding the wind. If you see them, so they could turn to an orb, to they could turn to a physical, to where you can see. You know, uh, a metallic type of disc, if you want to say. So they go in the waters, they ride over the waters, they go in the clouds, they be down here with us. So they just move around and navigate and do the orders of the Most High God. They got a mission, just how they servants, they angels in the celestial, angelic form. Well, we angels in the physical, terrestrial form. So we all got to obey the Most High God. So that's what's going down. I just had to say that, but it's all you, bro.
This account of Yahushua after his first coming, how he left the earth after he completed his mission and died for the sins, established a new covenant amongst his men, his people, his elect, his 1/3. And this is an account of how he left the men of Galilee standing there just gazing up into heaven. And here's an account where they trying to ask when the end gonna come. Give me that Acts chapter 1, verse 6 through 11. And notice what they said. He left. He came down. I mean, he left in.
The book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? And he said unto them, It is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after that the Holy Ghost is come upon you. And ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all of Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost parts of the earth. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight.
What received him, Gideon?
And a cloud received him out of their sight.
Read on.
And while they looked steadfastly towards heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
Hey, our salvation gonna be the chariots of the Most High, come to get his 144,000 elect before they come to elect, and his 1/3, and that's all I got on.
Big time. Most High coming for his. But that's what we about to witness. We so close to it, man. Give me a Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. We're gonna read 1 to 5.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. So far, behold, beyond all that they looked for.
So this is what's going on pertaining to our people, the 2/3 that don't take no account for our labor, how we labor for the Most High to bring them in. And once again, for Esau as well, because they afflict us as well, chiefly. But going to our people who make no account as well for our labor, us doing the will of the Most High God. They're going to be, that's how they was. When you just seen, they was amazed at the strangeness of the chariots, but it's going to be the strangeness of our salvation. They look like, what the? He said, it's in the water. It's in the water. So that's how it's gonna be when they see the deliverance happen and brothers and sisters get beamed up and taken into chariots. They're gonna be amazed. But we already declaring it, and you catch it in the movies. Continue on.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in duration in a proverb of reproach.
So
We,
going into our people who just call us y'all looking like Ninja Turtles, y'all looking like Power Rangers, talking foul against us, because our people buck up to us first, but as well as Esau. They're gonna be the same ones who talk foul and consider us nothing. Consider us as 3/5 of a human, looking down on us, constantly oppressing us. Continue on.
we fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints?
So how they're gonna be wondering, how is he the child of God? Well, we've been doing the works. We had the faith, and we've been doing those things. Thus saith the Lord. And as my captain, as we always say, the motto: all script, no lip. That's what it comes down to. So now, give me Revelation chapter 11. We'll read 12 to 15. Revelation chapter 11, verse 12 to 15. We have to get into this because our people once again panic. And I don't believe in this. Well, we breaking it down precept on precept. We giving you videos, letting you know what it is, what time. Bring it out, bro.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
Didn't Yahushua, my brother, brought out in Acts 1:6, didn't he ascend up in the cloud? Or the same thing is going to happen. This is what it's talking about. Ascending in those clouds, getting cloaked, where it cloaks the chariots. They hide, just how we brought out in the video. Well, we're going to get beamed up. We going up and be with the Lord and the angels. This is what it's all about at the end of the day. He going to call us up. Continue on.
And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of man 7,000, and the remnant were afflicted, and gave glory to the God of heaven.
So it let us know as we ascend up, Yahushua called us up, and we with him and the angels. The missiles is coming down, nuclear missiles, tearing up Babylon. And guess what? We was shocked and amazed, and we gave and rejoiced to the Most High, yelling what? Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua. Bless his name. The Most High through his son. And read verse 14.
The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
So it let you know World War II is past. The John the Revelator seen that. And then he's seeing this World War III where Yahushua, the Messiah, was going to come in the midst and deliver his people. So this is what it's talking about. So now give me Revelation 21. We're going to read 1 to 5. We almost out of here, Israel. Last couple precepts.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
So going into a new heaven, a new earth, it's just talking about rulership, not a new world, because the earth ain't going to pass, but a new rulership. That's what it's talking about. And it says there were no more seed, really getting into Esau being that nation that destroy us, that flood that destroy his people. So it's talking about, and when it's talking about the holy city coming down, just as well as we went up in Revelation 11, the holy city is representing us as a people now, spiritual, us as a people coming down from the chariots. Guess what? We're going to come in rulership. That's what it's about, being with Christ, ruling on the earth. Continue on.
And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with man, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
So now the perfection of the new covenant, because it started with the spirit and now on the physical. Now we with our Messiah, and now we came down from the chariots after all that destruction and the nuclear missiles hit here, tear this place up. And now we coming down in those so-called UFOs, the chariots of Israel. We coming back down, and now we ruling over in Israel. We ruling the whole earth, but we coming down back home. Yeah, we coming back home. So continue on, bro.
And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful.
So this is what it's about. He made all things new. Now everything gonna be restored. The perfection of everything. Now this is what we're looking forward to. So our kingdom, all our fear, all our sorrow, all the affliction, well, we're gonna be rewarded the kingdom, everlasting life. So all that we went through, just think of hundreds of years, 500 years plus of being afflicted. All that oppression that's in your mindset, your genetics, and from one generation to another, that stuff is bestowed in you. Like that's why we go through that. It's in our genetics. Think about how we got beat, breeding plantations, and all that they have done to us, our oppressors, and robbed us, raped us, killed us, unjustly locked us up. Well, that's gonna be wiped away once we go up with him because we're gonna receive new bodies. We're not gonna be in the same body, but we're gonna be immortals now, be as gods on the earth. This is what it's about. Now give me Jeremiah closing out. Brew, did you have that picture? I don't know if you could bring that picture up. I just kind of want to show them from a worldly perspective.
Which one?
That Parliament. It's the other one though. It's the other picture. That Parliament, it ain't him just all up on that. But if you had that, I wanted to show them just how they knew what was up. I would say if y'all know about the old school group, P Funk or Parliament,
Yeah.
they knew about.
Lucky, yeah, I ain't got it.
You ain't got it?
Uh,
Okay, come. Well, it's all good. Parliament, P Funk, they knew about Swing Low, Swing Cherry.
You want to
That's
break it up, bro? Or no? I said, do you want to bring that picture up or no?
yeah, if you had it, just to show them.
I got it. Give me. Let me pull it up real quick. I got you. Ain't gonna take long.
Because our people knew, and that was an era. What is it? The funk era? The funk era. They knew about it, and our people played that Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. And guess what? Even in the song, he talk about be ready to go when Gabriel's horn blow. So that song was spiritual in a sense.
There you go, bro.
Right there, you see, that might be what's his name, George Clinton, hanging out the chariot. And then you got the and see, you see how Jake like the Jake when we get something how we shine in cars but on a chariot. This is divine, man. So he hanging out the chariot and it's glowing and you can see the smoke underneath and the lights. So just how we describe, our people knew and they put it in the funk music, man. So and he had the song Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Then the album I think was called Mothership Connection.
Yeah.
Mothership Connection, but it's really the fathership connection. Really the fathership, man. So this is what our people knew. I just wanted to kind of bring that out.
I don't know if you remember that Missy Elliott concert where the Jake went up in the chariot. One of Missy Elliott concert.
Yeah. Oh God. Well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I check it out. I might have seen it though, man. It's been a while. But I'm gonna close out with this last precept, Jeremiah 23. I'm gonna read 6 to 8. Jeremiah 23, 6 to 8.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 6. In his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Because that's what we talk about nowadays. We talk about the deliverance, the Exodus, the first one. Well, this one going to be talked about now. So let's get into it. Go ahead. Bro.
The Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries, whether I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
So this is going to be the second Exodus, us being delivered on chariots on a higher level. So we came here, the Southern Kingdom, on slave ships, and we're leaving out on chariots, on a divine order. So this is going to be that strange salvation that they see. Just as bad as we came over here, we're going to leave on a glorious note. So the Most High God going to show his power and show his people. And the rest of the nations, like it said in Revelation 11, they're going to look at us as we ascend up in the clouds. and they're gonna be destroyed by them nuclear missiles. And we going back home in rulership in an incorruptible body and be as gods ruling on the earth, what was designed already predestined from the Most High God, our power Yahweh. So this is what it's all about at the end of the day. So Israel, I hope y'all receive some edification. Just wanted to give some understanding, man. Just the hardship, bondage that we went through, it's not in vain, but to turn back to the Most High God and serve Him, so we could receive that glory as well as co-heirs rulership with Christ, Yahweh. So this is what it's all about: coming back into that power that's stead to rule over the earth eternally, forever. It's not going nowhere. So this is what we're about to enter into. So all praise to the Most High. Israel, I hope y'all was edified. Shabbat Shalom. And once again, I'd like to thank my brother Yosef. And I'd like to thank my brother Gideon for reading and hosting and setting up, man. All praise to the Most High. Let's keep enduring, brothers, four corners of the earth. Let's keep doing the work until this famine is full. This famine is full, and we get up out of here. So with that, man, I say Shalom.
Shalom.